All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Big waves to you. We hope you had an amazing, amazing Christmas. And I know for a lot of you, well, for pretty much everybody, when it falls on Sunday, Monday is a holiday. So wish you a holiday, great holiday today. So we're going to, as we finish out the year this week, going into the new year, we're going to continue to look at words that affect the new year and something we can focus on. And I'm sure everybody will start seeing a trickle effect coming back on the coach's corner from people that have been out traveling and about. We just pray for your safety as you're out and about, you're traveling, going places this holiday season, as well as in the new year. So our word for today's commitment. Commitment. We chose this word today because obviously this is the last week, last full week of the new year, and or the last week of 2022, I should say, going into the new year. And this is the week that the majority, it's actually a stat, like I looked into the majority of the world will take and start to create goals and start to have wants this week more than any other time of the year. And it's also a proven stat that the majority of the people that make it won't keep it by the end of January. Is that not crazy? But now let's be honest with the word commitment. Let's look at it, okay? Carry out or penetrate a mistake, a crime, or an immoral act. That's one of the definitions. Pledge or bind a person or an organization to a certain course or policy. Be dedicated to something, okay? And that's kind of obviously where I chose to focus, okay? Primarily because I got Brother Vince Green. If I get into the wrongdoing, I'm calling Vince. So I chose to focus on being dedicated. Everybody knows Vince is a defense attorney, and if you don't, that's where the joke lies, okay? But not really a joke. I know he's got my back in case I ever need him. But being dedicated to something. Hold on just a second. I'm getting a phone call. So here's what Tony Robbins had to say. The only limit to your impact in this world is your imagination and commitment. Commitment. I don't want to be a part of the majority that will give up on their commitment by the end of January 2023. I want to focus on what I want to achieve in 2023, and I want to stay the course. I want to stay committed. It's an act. Commitment's an act, not a word. But I'll be honest. I thought about this, and I thought, how many times have I gave up on a fight, right? So let's say I'm committed to transform my body in 2023. Well, it's going to be a fight, right? I don't know why they didn't make candy to be good for us, but they didn't. Or ice cream. They didn't, okay? Now, it's a fight not to have ice cream at night for me. But if I want to transform my body in 2023, I got to keep with the fight. So many times I've given up on the fight, whether it's my body, whether it's my health, whether it's my business, my finances. I staying committed has always been a struggle. And I'm sure will always be a struggle. But man, if we can just learn to mentally go, okay, I I know I failed many, many, many times. How many of you would agree you failed like on a diet or an exercise plan, or you maybe whatever it is, and you've quit, right? I've been there many, many, many times. And thank goodness for grace, because it'd be bad if somebody just said, you failed so many times, we're never going to give you another chance. But you got that next chance. And so this next year, we got a chance to do whatever it is we want to do. One thing for me is I set out, and I'm 47 years old, and I said, I am going to have a healthy 47. I felt like 46 was a very unhealthy year for me. And I wanted to change that. So I want 47 years old, I want that to be a year that I made a transformation. I made a change. Even though I failed so many times in the past, I'm going to give myself grace. And this year, I'm going to make a difference. But here's what I challenge us all to think about daily. It's a daily commitment. I said this morning. I said, you know what? It's taken me 47 years to realize that what you do today affects tomorrow. Think about it. What you eat today, what you drink today, what you say today, it affects tomorrow. And so if we just make it when we woke up in the morning to go, you know what, whatever I do today is going to affect tomorrow, then some of those bad choices that I've been known to make in my life might not be made this time if I keep that at my focal point. So, Andrea, that was my thought today on commitment. I got things I want to change. I got things I want to improve on. And I'm determined to be committed to it in 2023.
Well, great work, Coach, and great lesson. And I love this one. This was a great reminder. And, you know, as we're moving into the new year, I think about all the commitments we can make and all these good things. So what I'm going to talk about is how. So how can we make a commitment and not be a statistic like Coach was talking about, that make it like 4.5 minutes in and then forget that they were going to go to the gym, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever it may be, right? All the times that we've made a commitment to ourselves and we've walked away from it. So first of all, take away choice. And when I saw that, all I could think about was Costa Rica for me. So I don't know if you guys know, but I made a decision, I don't even know when, that I wasn't going to drink. So alcohol was not going to be a part of my life, and just wasn't going to drink like in my normal everyday life. And then I went on this vacation and I thought, oh, well, maybe I will. I'm on vacation, like I'm in a tropical place. Maybe I need like a drink with a little umbrella on it. You know, you see those, a piece of fruit. And I thought, maybe I will. So every day I had that option in my mind. So every day I had to get up and decide, well, was today the day that I was going to choose to have a beverage? I don't know, the kids, you know, whatever. And I would go back and forth and I had a debate every single day. And I never did. But man, did I make that week harder on myself by giving myself that choice. So when you make a commitment, just take away the choice. You know, kind of the 75 hard took away all choices for me, which made it actually really easy. Like I knew yesterday that I had to exercise twice, non-negotiable. I knew that I had to stick with my meal plan, non-negotiable, because there was no choice. So when you take away the choice, it makes commitment so much easier. Next is do it with your entire being. Going through the motions doesn't count. So if you're going to do it, if you decide that, you know, Bob Bunch decides that he is going to, Bob, what are you going to do? Can't decide. You are going to become the best racquetball player in all of Colorado, right? I think that sounds like a great plan. So you are going to make that commitment and you are going to go all in. You're going to get racquetball books and you're going to get a racquetball coach and you're going to be on the racquetball court. I don't even know, but you're going to go all in, because when we make a commitment, We give it everything that we have. We go all in with it. Next is remember why. So we all have a deeper why when we make these bigger commitments to ourselves. So Brent made this commitment because he was feeling unhealthy, and that was important to him. That's scary. That's not, I'm giving you things, but when I feel unhealthy, it feels vulnerable, and you feel your mortality and all of these things, right? And you want to feel better. But then when it's time to get up in the cold and go to the gym, maybe that doesn't feel so important. So if we remind ourselves of that bigger why, the deeper why, the not that necessarily I want my pants to fit better, but I want my heart to be stronger, that can help us continue and keep our commitment. And then with that, if you're not fully committed, like you say something, but you're kind of, you're saying it over here, but you're doing the opposite, right? If you feel that, kind of duality in yourself, ask yourself, what is holding yourself back? So notice if you're really not upholding your commitment, if you're not keeping your word, if you're not doing what you said you were going to do, well, what's stopping you from completely showing up, right? What hesitation is there? What roadblock? Maybe you don't really want it, but you got to dig in and figure out what that is. And then with that, add commitment slowly. So I was talking to Ashley Paulson this week, and she's gearing up to do the 75 hard. And she was saying, okay, I'm going to start it in January, which in Colorado, I think she's bonkers, but love you, Ashley. I'm going to cheer you on. But she's like, what do I need to do? And then she also said that she was going to start a meal plan that I love, but I went, oh, hold on. Maybe I said, one of the hardest things I ever did to myself was I did both at once. So I made my life hard, and then I made it hard and complicated, which was a little bit torturous to me. So when you add in commitments, add them slowly. Do one thing, get used to it, then add the next thing, get used to it, then add the next thing, get used to it. Try not to torture yourself in the process. And then lastly, part of upholding our commitments and being able to commit is to get out of the commitments that we shouldn't have made. So we all say things that we don't necessarily mean. Like we mean it in that moment. Like Marlene calls me and she says, hey, can I borrow every single book that you have? And I'd say, absolutely. And as I'm starting to pack them up, I'm going, oh gosh, I'm going to miss all these books. And it's going to cost a lot of money to ship them there and all of these things, right? And I might say, maybe this was a little bit more. I bit off more than I could chew. Maybe this was a little bit more. So part of upholding our commitments is having the courage and the, emotional fortitude to call up and say, Diane, I know that I said that we're going to walk Monday through Friday, every day in the cold together, but it's not working for my schedule. And I would love to do that, but maybe we walk together on Monday and the rest of the week, we just talk on the phone while we're walking separately, whatever it may be, but figure out in your life what commitments that maybe you bit off more than you could chew, that you could take a little step back and get yourself out of. So thank you for this one today, Coach. Great reminder going into 23.
Hey, great lesson, Andrea. Hey, and I want to remind everybody, Andrea, talking about commitment, that 75-day hard, she's on her last week. I mean, we're in, I think, down to the last 5 days. So we'll actually get to finish the 75-day hard here on the Coach's Corner. So give her some shout outs, give her some comments, support. That's a tough deal. I mean, if you've ever looked the regimen of that for 75 days of no taking off, great job. So I want to give you a shout out on that. Guys, we love you. Have a great Monday out there. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Thank
See
you.
you
Guys,
Thank
have a
you.
great
Have a
Monday.
good
Guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.